You are watching and listening to the KEYMAMA Show on African Caribbean Radio Television, ACR TV.
Hello, lovely viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in to ACR TV. You know, the number one TV and radio station in the United States. And you're also watching KEYMAMA Show today. If you also wanted to listen on your phone, you can dial 854-232-0075. Today I have very interesting program or segment that I wanted to share. It's a form of education, and also it talks about health. There's a lot of things that we having doubts about which way to go when we are not feeling well, whether we should take the pharmaceutical drug or alternative medicine, all names that comes with it: holistic, naturopsychic, naturopathic, all names. But today in particular, we are going to talk about naturopsychic. And I have a wonderful person in my midst here today. Maybe some of you might have heard about him before. Maybe today is the first time. But I would like you to relax, be open-minded about this, and just pay attention and listen. You never know. It might not maybe of help to you, but it might be of help to somebody that need that help. Always we try to say, I'm not interested. This is not for me. It's not for you. Yes, you are right. It might be for your friend or somebody that you really know that need that help. So before, I continue with everything, I would like to honor or mention few people in our community that really support activities or events that goes on. I'm talking about businesses in our community. We tend to forget about them, but we only go to them when you need help. But I'm telling you, KEYMAMA, I don't forget those who help, my show to come out, or the community things that I do. I will mention Kuwait Shipping. I know you all know about Kuwait Shipping in the Bronx. The business resides at 3353 3rd Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10456. He's a very wonderful person that anytime that you approach him, he will never turn his, even the little bit that he can do to support you. Why don't we support this company? I endorse it. And this is the phone number that you can contact him: 718-292-6779. Kuwait Shipping, one of the shipping companies in our community reside in the Bronx. The next one is Gold Coast African Market. Anytime, there's a community, you see Gold Coast African Market, Gold Coast African Market. These are the people that we have to mention them in our businesses because they give back to the community. Gold Coast African Market reside at 381 Canal Place, Bronx, New York, 10467. And this is the phone number. You can contact them. They sell all sort of African products. Food, cream, lotion, clothes, fabrics, you name it. Just a few. The number is 718-292-5302. The next business that I would like you to know, that if you want to travel anywhere in the world, the best place to go is Prestige Travel and Tours. You also see their names, promotion, they help, they support in whatever way they can. Prestige Travel and Tours is the one of the travel companies that I come in contact, that I've been doing, business with. Their phone number or the address is that 2368 Jerome Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10468. The phone number to contact: 718-295-6100. 718-295-6100. The next one, the last but not the least, it's right here in the midst of the middle of the Grand Concourse. Sam's Cafe. Anytime you walk in, he welcomes everybody. Who doesn't know Sam's Cafe? Located on 149 in Grand Concourse. Just walk right next to the post office. So next time I'm going to give you their phone number, but I know you will not miss it because it's right in the midst, in the middle of Grand Concourse. I know you know most of these businesses, so please let's support these businesses that help or give back to the community. Now, I'm going to move back to my special guest. This man in question is a very wonderful man, a man that I have known few months ago, and we come to talk about some of our health issues that goes on in our community. And I find him very interested. I decided to bring him to ACRTV.tv, African Caribbean Radio and TV station on KEYMAMA show to talk about Naturopsychic today. Welcome
Thank you
to
very much.
ACRTV.
Thank you very much, KEYMAMA.
Good.
I'm very pleased to be on your program, and I'm happy to be part of the show.
Okay. Most of the time, I mention people's name wrongly. They said I have accent. I will allow you to tell us your name.
My name is Dr. SHEIKH SULEMANU IBRAHIM.
Dr. SHEIKH.
SULEMANU IBRAHIM.
Okay. So please tell us about what you do. I know you gave me that you are natural psychic, but I wanted to know, or we wanted to know, the viewers wanted to know more about you.
Well, I'm a natural psychist, as you just said earlier. Natural psychist means healing through herbs and some other form of acceptable way, both natural and then spiritual diseases.
Okay. Before we get to the main into depth about natural psychic, I want you to tell us about your educational background, how you get into this field.
Thank you very much once again, KEYMAMA. I was born into this field. It's an hereditary that I inherit from my parents. My father was a very powerful herbalist in his time. And then we grew up knowing him, practicing herbs, healing people, helping people, and we support him.
Okay. Since you mentioned your father was a great herbalist, what is his name and which country we're talking about? You know.
I'm from Ghana. I was born in Ghana, precisely in Kumasi. I grew up in Ghana, Kumasi. And my father also does most of his practices in Kumasi. So we're practically from Ghana in West Africa.
What's your father's name?
My father is Sheikh Ibrahim, Imam of blessed memory.
Oh, blessed memory. So, do you acquire some of this practice from your father, or you attend a special vocational school? We want to know.
Thank you very much. First of all, you know, in the ancient way, in the olden days, they have a way they try to, practice this kind of herbals and the spiritual stuff. Some of them are not acceptable to the normal and modern way of treatment. So I learned a little bit from my father. But when I grew up, I tried to, go further to seek for more, knowledge, and then add it to what I know from my father. So that's where I come to where I am today. But normally, I have some education background. I attended schools, normally in, I attended primary school, in Ghana, that is in Kumasi, and I went to secondary school too in Kumasi, and then I attended, I have an OND from Polytechnic. Then from there, I went to some kind of a local school for the herbs. That's, we practice herbs, how to be able to identify leaves, natural leaves, spiritual leaves, and then what are the things they do on human, system, and how be able to use it to practice to be able to help people. So I try to acquire some knowledge to add to what I know from my father and modernize it. So that's why I come to, achieve all what I got.
To get interested in the natural science.
Into natural psychics, work that I'm doing.
Okay. So natural psychic, is it your main profession, or you do it as on the side?
That is my main profession. That's what I do. I've been practicing for the past 25 years.
Okay.
And I think people knows me back home that's what I've been doing.
Okay. So if you can share the natural psychic before we get in depth, what are some of the, because you've been doing it for over 25 years, so you are a pro. Can you tell us some of successful stories that you can share with us? Then you can, then people will understand exactly what natural psychic means, because not everybody even have heard natural psychic before. And even during our discussion before we came on air, you also mentioned naturopathic, different natural stuff. This is kind of new to even myself. I did some research, but you enlightened me on that, and I will expect our viewers that they will also expect the same thing to elaborate it more.
Yeah, thank you very much once again. The coming into being of our natural psychics was a combination of herbal and then the spiritual treatment. There come a time when some kind of people find it difficult, the herbalist healing some kind of certain type of diseases, and then they try to consult the spiritualist and find out that some of the herbs they've been using can be used, to heal certain sort of, form of diseases like a psychiatric problem, like a madness. Some people will wake up, start doing some kind of strange things, and then when they take that person to the hospital, that means the authorized hospital, they just give injection, they cannot heal. And we have some kind of sources like herbs that can cure these kind of things and let a person come back to normal form. So they decide to, intertwine both together to bring the herbs, the herbalist and then the spiritualist together, and they form it and then they name it natural psychics.
Okay.
So, excuse me, a natural psychic is somebody that heal both natural and then spiritual diseases. So that's what it means to be a natural scientist.
Okay. So in terms, what you try to say is that you are also a spiritualist.
Well, you might say that because you have to know some kind of, be able to identify some kind of object like herbs that are spiritual. And you should be able to know what are the stories, what are the problems facing people who comes to you. Something that I cannot see. So if you cannot know, to be able to see the kind of spirit that is worrying that person, you'll not be able to find a solution to it.
If I might ask a personal question, which everybody, how do you get your spiritual? Because everybody is spiritual, right? If I might say, but how are you able to identify that this person illness is not just an ordinary, but is spiritual?
Well, thank you very much. I inherit the spiritual prowess from my father. That's why I told you in the beginning that it was hereditary. It's not everybody who can get that kind of, get to that level. And you need to, practice it continuously and learn so many rudiments of it to be able to master the art of your trade. Spiritual, you need to be able to see what I cannot see, read what somebody cannot read, to be able to communicate outside the world to the invisible world, to talk to the unseen, so that they might be able to tell you the cause of whatever it is that is going on. So I inherit part of the spiritual aspect of what I do from my parents.
what about some people will say, oh, this natural psychic, it is not from God, so I'm not going to seek treatment from that area. What can you tell these people that have a mixed understanding of what you do, and the people who like say, oh, I am a Christian or I am a this, and I believe that some people who see do spiritual stuff are not, we will say like the locally, oh, this person is a juju person, is a magic person. What can you, how can you convince us that it got nothing to do with that?
Yeah, it got nothing to do with that based on the kind of the treatment you partake in. Somebody like maybe if somebody got Mars, as I told you, and you manage to heal that person, there's nothing ungodly about that. And beside that, I'm a Muslim. I believe in one God, the God of the Christian, the God of the Muslim, the one God we all believe in, I believe in it. And before I do whatever I do, I call God intercession. I don't have any idols. I don't have any other thing that I worship. So I believe whatever kind of secret that I got is from the Almighty. Because when you do things to impact on the people positively, people can see for themselves that you are on the right path. So we have both the positive and the negative spirit. It depends on which one you are using to do your job. Mine in particular, as a natural psychic, we use positive spirit to heal people, combined with the herbs. You can ask yourself, how did our forefathers be able to identify that this herb can heal headache, this one is working for piles, this one, it was through the revelation. If you're walking outside now going through, can you identify what each and every herb does?
No.
It is through spiritual revelation that we'll be able to manage to identify the herbs. Before even the scientists started doing the research. In the olden days, there was nothing like a research, but they managed to identify herbs. They never go to school. So that idea is still there up till now. So it depends on how you use the spiritual prowess. Whatever way, the direction you use it for, that will determine either you are a positive-minded or you are a negative-minded. I cannot talk on behalf of everybody, but I know on behalf of myself that it's not nothing to do with the magical, it has nothing to do with the negative spirit, but it's rather positive spirit. Spirit to heal, to make people get back to themselves, to be able to contribute to society.
I'm going to put this in. Since we're talking about herbal medicine, we all know that now certain states or countries are accepting marijuana, or they call it weed, or they call it that. It's a herb. How did it become illegal drug? And suddenly it's turning back to be a normal prescription or prescribed medication for people that are in pain or suffering for cancer or other diseases. And also, can you explain to us how some people all of a sudden can get mad by testing it the first time?
Yeah. Thank you very much. First of all, marijuana is a very, very kind of highly revered herbs that God created into these herbs to help mankind. But you know, we human beings as we are, we over abuse things that God give us. And whatever you do is just like the orthodox medicine. When the doctor is giving you a medicine, they write a prescription, take 2, don't overtake. When you take it, it have effect on you. So people tend to take marijuana excessively. So it has a different kind of impact in them. So when the people see the reaction of marijuana on those people whose body system are reacting to it, they decide to, make it illegal to be able to save people.
Those
but,
are
yes.
That was years ago.
That's years ago. So, but marijuana itself has been used in an orthodox medicine. They use it in everywhere, as you said earlier. Marijuana is a very, very effective medicine that you can use to heal people at certain level of problems. And then come to your question of people who take it. You know, our blood type.
Recreational.
Yeah, our blood type system are different from each other. What you can eat, somebody might say, I want to eat rice. This one will say, if I eat rice, I'm going to fall sick. So the body reaction to people, some people is not good for them. So when they take it, it reacts negatively into their body systems. So they got to stop using it. But it's not. I'm not trying to say that marijuana should be legalized. It's rather you have to see the person one on one, look at the kind of problem the person is facing, and in my divine, I don't give marijuana raw to people. I rather mix it with some herbs to be able to heal certain form of diseases. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a herbs that helps in some ways.
Okay, if you said so, I have different opinion. Listeners, you all listen about, because we're talking about herbal. People wonder, what herbs to take, what herbs is good. They have excuses on, people wanted to take advantage, a little bit because it's herbs, but you heard what Sheikh Suleiman mentioned, that you have to be mindful, especially the teenagers out there. It's not something that you use recreationally and have fun with it. It has to be prescribed. If you take it anyhow, you know what? You start seeing 2 heads, 3 heads, and you start thinking the world is upside down. So it is not really good for your health, you out there. This is KEYMAMA, you listening. But before I continue or I get back to our main topic again, I would like to make announcement. I said today I'm making personal business promotion announcement to people who really help. I have right here Aromac Shipping. I mentioned one shipping earlier on. Now I have another shipping company, Aromac. Aromark, Aromac Shipping. And they have a wonderful service to give to you. Sometimes, you have stuff, you have small apartment, you don't even know where to put your stuff, you have to pay storage. Aromac is the place to go. They have a storage for you. They have what? Where you can do your free loading and everything. They have a yard. You want a ship car, you don't know where to put it on the street, they get towed. Aromac is the place for you to go, put your place. When you're ready, they ship it safely. So far, I haven't heard any complaints about Aromac shipping. For you to contact them, this is the number, 973-690-5363. 973-609-5363. This is Aromac Shipping. Please do not go anywhere. Aromac Shipping is the place for you to ship all your stuff to the country that you want. The next business I wanted to mention is that it's called Anochi Chrome on 167. This place, you might not expect the stuff, African stuff, food, goods that they have. On weekends, if you're feeling like down a little bit and you want to cheer up, stop by Anochi Chrome on 167 and you're going to have fun. It's not hard to find. Just get to 167 and ask for Anochi Chrome and you have fun. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Sheikh Suleiman.
Thank you, my sister.
This is where we are now. People are very anxious. I can see, the numbers growing, listening to you and everything. They wanted to know more. So do not really hesitate and hold back from our viewers watching ACR TV, KEYMAMA Show. Some people already dozing off, but they're still listening to you. Now this is where we are. What is the difference? I will say you mentioned it before, but I would like us to go a little bit in depth.
The difference between
medical medicine and naturopsychic. For instance, I come to you and I said, I've been having headaches and I've been prescribed, a pain medicine or pain medication, and I've been taking it and it's not working. And someone refer you to, so I should come to you. Are you going to ask the person to stop taking medical medicine, or